Hello and welcome, everyone. This is my first match for ESI2, the Ice Spy Invitational 2, the second round. I'm joined by Rila here today.
Oh, wait. Hi,
Hey,
Mike.
how's it going?
um, it's going fine. How are you?
Pretty good. A little stressed. It's first day. We have a lot of changes, a lot of improvements. There's so much going on. There's a mod involved now. We have four players going at the same time. We got a point system. We have a different format. The mod is already breaking, but that's kind of to be expected on the first day, to be honest. So, you know,
I mean, it's definitely a lot different than ESI1, but looks super interesting so far. So excited to see when these runners get off.
yeah, runners will have, they're all competing for at the same time. Feinberg is maybe still offline. We do have 4 minutes before the seed starts. I hope he's going to come in. I might have to like refresh the source or something, but um, I think he'll be here. But yeah, we have two seeds. The runners will get an hour to both scout and run each seed. We have a fancy mod now. You can see the play ESI button. They'll have a countdown. It should give them the right seed. They all have the same seed. All of the RNG is standardized for the most part. And we saw Antoine host a match just an hour ago. It was pretty sick. It was pretty sick. We saw 1/8 zero cycle. That was dope. We saw sub 8 already. That's tournament best. Um, and yeah, predictions are in. So you guys can predict who you think is going to win. As long as Feinberg starts stream, we'll have all four runners here.
I'm curious, do you guys have your stats from ESI1? Because you just said that there was an 8-minute run. I'm interested in how that stacks up against the times from the previous event.
Yeah, I think we had a single run by Cube. We had a really cracked out looting 3 seed in apparently Feinberg started. Okay, I can refresh maybe? Okay, well
There
that
he
was easy.
is.
Just got to do that. Okay, cool. So yeah, I think Cube had like a sub 8 or something, but I think other than that, we only had a couple sub 10s. We had a sub 10 bounty. Things were a lot more difficult back then. Now we have zero cycles. We have faster purchase as well that are guaranteed. We've got a lot of crazy things. So yeah, sub 8 on the first day is pretty nuts, but we should expect a lot faster times nowadays. The seeds are still going to be difficult though. This first seed is going to be kind of more standard linear, but the next seeds is going to be, some weird stuff. Um, oh yeah, we attempted zero cycles in ESI1, but it was still young.
Oh, sorry. That was not me trying to get attention. I thought I muted my
Very
mic.
good.
No. Sorry. Now that I have your attention, though, I'm really curious. You said that in terms of difficulty, that they're going to be about the same. Like it's still going to be difficult seeds. In terms of style, like the types of structures that we should expect to see on seeds, are those going to be similar as well?
I tried to make a lot of variety in ESI1 with the seeds, and I'm still doing the majority of seed finding for ESI2. And I came up with a couple new seed types. We did a lot of stuff. We did, double bastions, we did ice spikes, mesa biomes, mansions. So those are all going to be returning. We'll all see some of those. There will be a couple new spicy things, but those will probably be more towards bracket stage. Group stage is more of an intro to the format, especially like the first seed you play in group stage is going to be more of a softball. But yeah, there'll be some there'll be some really spicy structures for sure.
Okay, well then I'm excited to see the new challenges, I guess, that you guys have come up with.
Yeah. Some of them Chad has been asking for a while, so you guys will see Chad. It'll be a ways though. Probably bracket. I mean, we're hoping for the group stage to be about 3 weeks, and then bracket to be about a month. So it'll be a while. Okay, here we go. Gosh, I hope this works. Runners are all counting down. Let's pray that this is the right seed, and let's switch over to the seed infographic real quick to look at the seed that they should be getting. I think they're all on the same seed. It looks good
It
to me.
looks good.
Blazer's gonna have to. Yeah, Blazer might have to restart because his computer has a weird time issue. His computer is set to a different time. So I think he's good. So let's switch over, look at the seed. Do one of these. Bam. Okay, I think they could still hear us. I think we're good. So this is the seed infographic for seed number one. Overworld, got a desert, little plains. Very simple though. There's a little village, a rune portal maybe off in the distance. Nether looks like a close bastion. Two different Soul Sand Valley fortress options. You got your three different strongholds on the right. It looks like there's a 3-eye to the north, 2-eye to the southwest, which might be towards the bastion, and then a 0-eye to the other fortress. In terms of golem drops, you only have 3. That's really annoying. It looks like they probably are going to have to play village though. Blaze Rod raids looks really good, and barters actually looks really good too. Tons of pearls, tons of obsidian, tons of string. So looks like a pretty solid seed. Pretty good.
This is a really comprehensive infographic. Um,
Yeah, we really tried to give them as much upfront as we could to reduce the boring scouting time because viewers didn't really like just watching someone fly around for that long. So
so this is information that they have access to.
yes, so at the same time when it counts down to 0, you guys can actually find this information if you go to esi2.1/seed. It should be updated the second the seed goes live. So that should show you that same infograph right now. I hope it's working. And you guys can all look at that at home. And it looks like the runners, I haven't seen the runners mention anything. So I think they can all see it as well. So yeah, the runners are, they do know about that. The Blaze Rod rates and the Barters look really, really good on the seed.
Yeah, it's what 6 for 8.
Yeah, something like that. So what are those ender chests on fine screen? So I'm thinking because the iron golem only drops 3 iron, they might need just a little bit more iron. They might want 4 for a light and an iron pick, or maybe just 1 for a light. I believe that Ruin Portal does have a flint steel already, so they could use that. But Fine is using a replace command to replace the iron ore with ender chests.
It
Oh, the
was
timer.
large veins, so it could have been coal, but it's the same concept for iron, and that was something that came out in ESI1, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nope, I want to start that at 3. What should we start this at? 320. Timer. I know. I don't even want the timer on the screen. It's just like there's so much going on. Like not Dylan doesn't have a timer. I have to worry about Dylan's in-game time and stuff. Like there's so many other things I want to worry about than starting that timer.
Dylan and Pete began at around the same time, and Fine and Blaze started at about the same time with like a maybe 2-second buffer in between. For what that's worth, if you want to get a mental estimate, but they all are pretty much at about the same pace. Like there's the like 2-second delay between them shouldn't be a big problem.
yeah,
I feel
there's
like you need your own like assistant to like press
there's
buttons for you. You need somebody in the background, and all they have is like just like a special keyboard, and their only job is to like press the buttons to make things start so that you don't have to.
that would be helpful. I'm not gonna lie. It looks like Dylan is having some issues as well with the mod showing his time, but the ESI mod we have them installed does have speedrun IGT mod installed with it basically, so it should be the same. So I don't know why it's not showing up for Dylan. He doesn't even have that in options. Oh boy. If Antoine is here, I need Antoine or now you are. I don't know why he doesn't even have the thing up. He clearly has the mod installed, but there's no timer. I don't know how that could be, to be honest. Either way, I think our first runner is starting. I think Feinberg is doing a 5-minute scout and go. We saw Ninja Brain and Molly on the first match do a 5-minute scout and jump right into it. And the other 2 runners took a lot more time. So Fine definitely on the 5-minute scout kind of thing. So
Yeah, based on what we've seen on their screens and then the layout that you showed us at the start of their scouting period, it seems like it is relatively straightforward in terms of how seeds can go. There's not a ton of interpretation there. There's the village option or the dig option, and it seems like Feinberg is. I don't know. I can't remember if it seemed like he was interested in that village. Um, so I'm kind of interested to see like what he'll choose compared to the other runners. I know that some of them did spend a chunk of their time looking at that village, probably deciding if they wanted to use it or not. Oh, straight for the iron ore.
Yeah, it looks like Fine is. I mean, the village has nice food and beds as well. We saw there was plenty of string, good pearls, good obsidian, so you don't really need the beds. The food is always a nice to have in a village, though. Um, but maybe Fine just plays it completely structureless, gets 4 iron for an entry, and then gets iron from a bastion. It is still quite fast, so I wouldn't blame him for just skipping village completely. I would just be worried about food personally. Yeah, everyone else. We see Blazer checking trades, although we saw the seed info shows them roughly the trades of 4, 6, 8, 10 gold blocks. You can check the trades yourself to get exact numbers if you need it. So and yeah, so the point system is it rewards both number of completions and fastest completions. So in this 1 hour time period, every completion you get on a seed, you'll get 1 point. The fastest run, well, the fastest runner will get 3 bonus points. Second fastest, 2 bonus points. Third fastest, 1 bonus point. So, if you get one completion and it is the fastest, you get an automatic 4 points, which is pretty massive. So it definitely rewards playing fast. But if Fine gets like 4 or 5 completions here, even if it's not really fast, that's just still 4 or 5 points, which is substantial. So yeah, all these runners definitely taking a lot more time to scout.
I think it probably could tie into like wanting to utilize their full time. And I mean, I do have like concerns about Feinberg, going so early, but you said that there had been other runners that also used maybe a 5 minute scout time. Um, so I don't really anticipate that it would be a problem for him. What I'm more interested in is like how, as this event progresses, people will start trying to balance out their time. Um, and like what people might decide is the most like, I don't know, optimal ratio of amount of
Mm.
time used running versus scouting. Uh, because there is obviously a benefit to having all of the little details mapped out for your seed, but I think that there's also a point where knowing every single detail doesn't really help you go faster. It,
Mm.
it depends obviously on like what that detail is, but if it comes down to like exactly what gold ingot you're gonna get the final like pearl trade, I don't know if that would be the most helpful information if
Yeah,
you
we
could just generalize instead.
Oh, Fine getting beat up at the housing though, but only gets hit a couple times. Looks like he's gonna do top down round here. Looks like he's got 7 pork chops. That's actually plenty of food. His titles. Fine's titles, dude.
That
What the
is such a long title.
for the last week, his titles have been just extra. So, um, yeah, looks like doing Q route, which is interesting here because we saw the trades were just really good, right? I would imagine like 9 gold blocks is fine. So I'm curious to see if this is just extra. I mean, you do get a lot of pigs trading though. Maybe that's like the only reason. It's skip pigs. Yeah. I guess if you're really fast like Feinberg, you do need a lot of pigs because you're going to be out of there quick. Like I always just do regular route, check the chest, organize my inventory, craft something, and then I'm like, the pigs are done trading, and then I go. But maybe he's just so fast that he's going to be out of here. And it does look like Blazer also has started. Pete started a little bit ago. He's also doing, looks to be structured. No. Maybe he did village. Maybe he's doing kind of a combo village plus digging iron here.
I'll be honest, I was a bit distracted by Feinberg, so I'm not 100% sure in the details of what happened with Pete, but I vaguely remember him running around in the desert, so saying that he went to the village first wouldn't be a bad call.
Mhm.
Dylan is spending a lot of time on the scouting, the entire time it seems, because now we've got that menu.
Yeah, checking the end, even doing a lot more stuff than the other runners have. So, yeah, starting 5, 6 minutes later than fine here, but maybe he's got more info. Maybe his first run is just going to be faster. Fine already out of the Bastion sub 6. This is one of the challenges of the seed. I think the two big things is the iron problem at the spawn and the fortresses. There's two fortresses, both SSVs, kind of hard to get to though. So you got to really map out this terrain and know where you're going. They're a bit far. Yeah, fine on his journey here, purling over. Why would someone spend less than the full amount routing? Well, it's 1 hour of routing and running combined. Here we go. Fine is made it to the fortress about 6.5 minutes. So yeah, I mean, there's two schools of thought. You know, when we were playtesting this, BGR helped me playtest some of these seeds, and he would always do like 4 minutes of scouting and then just start playing the seeds. And I would do like 10 to 15 because like I want to know my route. You know, I want as much info as I can get. I want things down to small details. But you know, Ben was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna get going and figure out the routing as I go. So
That sounds very Ben.
yeah, it definitely is. And I still don't know which playstyle is better. Like both have their advantages. I don't think either one is correct or either one is wrong. I mean, so far, if camo has showed us anything, everyone initially thinks that getting into the seed with just 5 or less minutes of scouting going really fast is the play. But camo has showed us time and time again he gets the fastest time, and he spends the most time scouting, and he gets those 3 bonus points. Like he spent the most time scouting on that last seed, and he got a sub 8 and just crushed it. So maybe it's the way to go. Maybe more scouting is just optimal. But here we see fine. That was a fast fortress split.
Again, those
Oh,
really, really good blaze rates. And now he's got a fan club guarding his portal.
oh my
No!
god! No shot,
No
dude.
way.
Oh my god. That was looking like a sub 10, like first completion. And now he's behind everyone else with less scouting info. Oh my god.
Just that was incredibly unfortunate, and I'm at a loss for words. I feel every time that I see a death happen like that in any kind of event, I always like I don't know, I feel it in my heart. I feel so terrible for the runners. Like I know that being in a situation like that's not helpful, especially now. Feinberg was probably aiming for more completions because he went for less scout time.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and taking that death basically makes it a null point. So I'm sure that he's incredibly frustrated. Probably more so than a typical death because of how this point system works for this group stage.
Yeah, I mean, so close to the end too. If you die to a magma cube like pre-bastion, it's not a big deal. But you die to a magma cube literally exiting the nether. I mean, you're gonna be in
Yeah.
the portal room. You just have an end fight to do. That's a set time, and as long as you get a 1 cycle, that's it. So it's like that's the last point in time you could really mess up before the 1 cycle.
Yeah, it was the most unfortunate magma cube death too. It wasn't just he got killed by the magma cube, he got killed by the magma cube and his corpse was knocked into lava.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
completely irrecoverable, really unfortunate.
I think Pete and Blazer are doing a top-down route. Let's see if Blazer does a Q-style route. Yeah, I think he is. I think all the runners are opting for this one. Dylan also starting top-down. Let's see if Dylan does the same route. Are we going to get 4 identical routes here? Dylan getting beat up. Okay,
Okay.
Dylan descending. Kind of low on health, though. Not doing the Q route. Okay, yeah. This is what I would kind of initially opt for, just because, I mean, it's not as many piglins, but you don't need that much gold. So you don't have to mine that extra, like, gold or 3 gold up at the top. So, I don't know. Pete making his way. Oh, Pete is stuck in this. Okay, he's good.
Classic Minecraft.
Yeah. What are your predictions, really? Now that you've seen a couple runs in the scouting and stuff, what are your predictions on how these runners are going to do and the final times we'll see?
You know, I feel really conflicted now because if there ever was a person I would have put my money on, it's Feinberg, but I'm not feeling so hot about that.
Mm.
Um, Not to say that, I think any less of him as a runner, it's just that that was a serious occurrence, him dying. Um, I I still think that he'll maybe get this completion, another one, and if he does really well, a third one. I wouldn't be surprised if he pulled out one of the fastest, first or second, in this, maybe his run after this one. It depends on how his morale is doing.
I think Feinberg's
Uh,
morale is unshakable, so.
yeah, I can't imagine that he is like seriously devastated by it, but maybe a little disheartened. I have high expectations for Blazer. I think that it's not that he's an underrated runner, but like not quite as acknowledged as the other people on our screen right now. So I'm hoping for a big second, at least from Blazer. I think that would be my underdog bet.
Okay, okay.
I would put my money on Blazer.
I like that. He went very far in ESI1. Has the whole
Yeah,
Spanish community on his side. He's very fast, so.
yeah. Um,
Yeah.
Blaze for Pizza Hut and Zelen, I think they're both good runners. I mean, maybe it comes down to me not being as familiar with them as I should probably admit. But I think if I had to make a ranking, I would end up putting them in the last two of this group.
He came in really clutch in ESI1, had all of his scouting and commands and everything set.
Yeah.
He's really dedicated to this. And I don't know if you heard me earlier, actually, but he's actually using a foot pedal. So we could talk about this again, though. But Pete has had
Okay.
a finger injury for a long time, which is why he hasn't been doing as much speedrunning in the last few years. Honestly, holding W in 114, 115 has given him a W-based hand injury, unironically. So he is now using a foot pedal for his W key.
For W?
Yeah.
Oh my god, step on the gas,
I know, isn't that so weird? I feel so awkward to do that. But he said he's played with it for the last week practicing and he's gotten used to it. And so he's literally
No, I
using a foot pedal.
respect that.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's not allowed on speedrun.com rules as of now because it's a secondary bind. But there are exceptions for certain like disabilities or injuries or something, and I think it would be allowed.
Literally injured.
Yeah,
Spare him.
and we've allowed it, so it's pretty sick. Like I would love to see a setup with a foot pedal. I mean, it just sounds really cool. So
Okay, now we see Blazer here doing the Portal Havoc. Less issues. No Magma Cube, no Skeleton.
Pete is actually doing half bow, which is very interesting because I didn't think we were going to see half bow this entire tournament.
Aren't you the biggest half-bow proponent? Like
I am, but the thing is, we have seed-based perches between 1 to 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And so there's only a minute and a half you have to wait for the dragon to perch, and it's guaranteed. As soon as you take out any crystals, that's just removed. So now you're playing a vanilla type end bite.
So removing the crystals nullifies that forced purge?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. Was that purposeful or just like how it ended up working?
Yeah, I mean it's hard to balance playing different end fight strategies because it's so dependent on where the player's standing, what they're doing, how many crystals are down. So we just decided it was easiest to say if you destroy any crystal, it's just now vanilla. But without that, there's a force perch in a minute and a half. And I there's so many changes in the mod. I tried to tell everyone. I don't know if Pete knows this. I think so. Does he know this? Oh my god, someone go on Pete's stream and tell me if he knows or if he's waiting for a force perch. Because we can tell him if he doesn't know how the mod works. Yeah, this is his test, his alt stream, Pizza Test, but Pizza Hut is his main stream. So see if he's confused. He doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
You guys
Oh,
are
no.
allowed to tell him mod issues and stuff. I could go in and tell him. Good. Can we tell you are allowed to tell him for this? He might not know you're allowed to tell him, but you're allowed to tell him for this. I can go in.
Go check out Pizza Test channel about to have like 100 people be like, Pete, please don't break the crystals on your next run. Well, he gets a perch anyway, so hopefully that didn't end up being super consequential. And that completed one cycle makes this the first completion, yeah?
Yeah, what is his time here? Does it say? It doesn't say. Does he not have timer
No,
either?
it's on like the bottom, it's on the bottom left corner. It was like, I want to say like 12 minutes maybe? I couldn't really read it. It was not reflected on my screen. Dylan's also got a completion here. No timer that I can see. So these runners are trying to prove my prediction wrong. Going in reverse order of how I expected them to finish. Except for Feinberg. That's not surprising, considering he died.
Okay, Fine is hurling to the center. It doesn't really technically matter where you stand here because the dragon is going to force perch at the same time, but runners are still playing it far away, so it's fair. They're used to it.
Which you're used to.
I appreciate the... You don't have to, but I appreciate it. He is low on health here, though.
I mean, it also keeps the fireballs away from your for whatever that's worth. I'm trying to justify it.
It does. It does. Okay, so is that a 1401 for Pete? The website should update and tell you, but it's day one of the mod, so not all of the runs are going through, so we're working on that, but maybe that's a 1401 for Fine or Pete. Okay, Fine. 5-bet, I believe. Yeah, looks like a 5-bet. Fine is going to get a 1030 on the dot. First completion, that is going to be big. Yeah. Did Blazer and Dylan die? Have they not completed a run yet?
Both. They both finished the run. Feinberg was the last one to complete that first run.
Don't update it. I need someone to tell me about the point system, because we could potentially do it automated, but I have to kind of manually update the text here. So, so I think Fine with a 1030. I heard Pete with a 1401. That would give Fine 4 points. P1 should update. Cool.
That counts as a full reset for him, since he just reset the seed. With his timer start counting from 0, not like an RTA sort of. When Feinberg died, that was like a full reset for him. Like it counted, his timer starts from 0 on that, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. The RTA is 1 hour, counting down in real time for how long they have, but okay. All the runs are in-game time. Check the website, see how the website's doing. that updating? Yeah,
And
okay.
then Blazer and Dylan did finish runs.
Oh, it says 1246 for Blazer. And I don't see anything for Dylan. Dylan's mod might not be working because he just doesn't have a timer. So I don't know
I
how
watched
that's
that guy
possible.
go through the portal, so
What was his time?
I don't know. I mean, I can go back and look.
Yeah, I'll need some help with chatters if you want to help me.
Oh, wait, he
update the
doesn't
timer
have a
stuff.
timer.
Oh, we're gonna. Oh, jeez. How are we gonna do
All right,
this?
hold on. I can do some math. Hold on.
We might have to do
Open
some
your.
rough math and do an RTA on his VOD. He showed stats page. What was his stats? 12.44? 11.44? I don't understand how we can have the current version of the mod and not have a timer. It has speedrun IGT included. Like, there's no way to have the mod without the timer. That blows my mind.
So that's like 11:30-ish.
Was it an
I mean, it's a little less
11:26?
than
Do we think?
11:26.
Do we think so? Java version? It could be. If it's incompatible, it could be Java version. It could be Fabric version. Yeah, I feel like if it's toggle timer, though, Dylan would know, you know?
So Dylan's freestyling.
Yeah, Dylan's making our
Okay.
lives much more difficult. So I believe this should be the point total. I believe Fine is first. Everyone has 1 completion. Fine has 3 bonus points because it's fastest. Dylan should be next with an 11:26, and then Blazer's next with a 12:46. I believe that's it.
Oh yeah, Pete. This is a portal.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
okay, he's getting there. Oh, Pete has the offhand flower for chat. I've seen people play with the offhand flower. I am an adamant not believer in the flower, you know. Slows me down.
Nice when I'm having a bad day. Can't be mad with the rose in the hand that I may have stolen when I murdered a village's protector.
You steal the flowers
But
too?
it's cute.
My flowers now. Yeah.
Do you ever like see the golem is giving the flowers to the villagers and you kill it and you feel like extra evil?
Yeah, I do.
No XQCL for these villagers.
Yeah, seed best or session best. I think we planned for session best, but you could do either, so whatever you want. Seed best. Yeah, so runners have 1 hour to do this first seed. They're about halfway through now. And then we'll do a 5-minute break and they'll go on to the second seed, which will be a little more different, unique, exciting maybe. And they'll have an hour for that one. And then we tally the points at the end, so who gets first through fourth. I'm looking forward to weeks 2 through 3. Because after these weeks, the runners are going to be paired up into new groups with other runners who have done similarly. So we're going to see, you know, people who got third and fourth, they're going to be in elimination groups with other runners that have gotten third or fourth. So those will be closer matches. We're also going to see everyone who got first place against everyone else who got first place. So we're going to have, you know, one match with like just titans who are just cranking out like sub 10s. So those are going to
Sounds
be
like a
crazy.
hell of a face-off.
Yeah. Okay, all runners are so close together. They were finishing their bastion routes at around the same time. Yeah, it looks like Fine is just going for a 5RD Fortress every single time. And I think Almost is going for spawner. Playing spawner.
Drop rate's this good. I can't fault Feinberg for just saying screw it and going with the 5RD. The only thing is that now he's dealing with more wither skeletons. He's been withered at least twice since he's gotten here.
Yeah, very true. Fine does have control over how much food he gets at the start of the run. He's not doing village, so it's however many pork chops he wants to get. Looks like he's
And
timed this pretty well.
he's down to, what is that, one pork chop, I think. So he's turned that renders his backup, probably also almost done with his blaze rods.
Oh.
First try, surely. No skeleton.
Oh, there is a skeleton.
There's a
No,
skeleton.
you cursed him.
I'm sorry.
Oh
I'm sorry.
Oh my god. Oh my god. There's two. Oh my god. He has no food and half. Oh no, dude.
It's fine. This is fine.
Is he gonna have to hunger reset now? Like, he can't. You don't really need a pearl in these ends, but I think he has to hunger reset to get the bed explosions off. Oh, he's
There's
got two
bread.
bread. Oh, did he know that was there, or was that a guess?
He knew. I'm gonna.
That's some clutch bread right there, dude. Yeah, I don't think Spawner's the play anymore. Just seeing Dylan and Pete play Spawner, it looks so slow. Fine is just like a minute ahead now. You grabbed it last run, okay? So he knows. Maybe you checked it last run. Yeah, this is gonna be a sub 10 easily.
All part of his plan, right? He's sitting there when he's like killing the pigs at the start of the run. He's like, I know that this is just barely gonna be enough. I'm gonna get myself down to 1 heart, and then I'm gonna enter the stronghold, and bam, 2 bread. They'll never see it coming. I'd like to believe that they all plan things out like that.
Surely. Yeah, Smurp, you can change the title. Antoine had like 4 different commands, so you can put a ton of different commands in there. I just didn't know what to put. As long as they go to the website, as long as ESI2.fun is in there, that should answer pretty much everything. We're also like updating everything as we go. Like, we still have some time to go. It's day 1, you know. Put some more stuff on the website. Okay, Dylan finally done with that spawner. He's going into the end. I think Pete is going to be finishing up the spawner too, and Blazer shortly behind. We should maybe see 4 completions here, back to back.
Pete's at the portal location now.
Okay, Dylan in the end. Fine, purling in. Definitely looking to be a sub 10. Maybe only 4 beds. Oh, it's decent. No, he's got 5. He's got 5. Oh, he's got 6. Okay, yeah. Plenty of beds.
Safe.
Plenty of time. Let's see.
Easy sub 10. Expected.
9:29 on a structureless enter. He goes again. I wonder if he's going to change anything at all. I mean, 9:29 is pretty fast.
It's working well for him, except for the mobs at his exit portal.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sure there are slight improvements, but like his fortress seems faster. Bastion route is pretty easy. I guess he's just gonna hard focus structureless, and it looks like it's paying off, just not doing the village.
That he lost, maybe 8 minutes of his time to that initial run death. He's pretty squarely ahead. All of the other runners are in their second end fight now.
Yeah, it should be Dylan getting this first perch here. What was the perch? Like 1.5 minutes on this one? 1:40? It looks a little bit slower than
Pretty sure it was 1:33.
1:33, yeah. Okay, here's Dylan with a completion. I don't know how fast that is, though. Does anyone know how fast that was?
Show us the stats, Dylan, please. For my calculator.
Okay. Yes? Thank you, Dylan.
I'm looking.
What does it say?
12:21. So 12.21. 0.21 times 60. Ooh, calculator.
0.21 times 60 is 12.
So it's like 12:13-ish. It was a little under 12.
Okay.
12.6.
12, 12, 12 for now, as Pete is doing one cycle. Pretty clean. Pretty clean. Pete has his timer. It's very, very hard to see, though. Anyone on Pete's stream? What is that?
Ooh,
Anyone
I
on Pete's
absolutely
stream want to tell me what that finish was? Blazer. Oh, no. Is Blazer going to get this?
Blazer, I believe in you.
Oh,
Yeah, let's go.
Just gets it.
The BM Pro.
13-16 from Pete. Okay, thank you, chat. Thank you. Excellent. And then Blazer. Does anyone know? I also can't see Blazer's timer. Maybe I should go to my this thing so it's bigger. Oh, I still can't see it. It's purple. It's really hard to see.
It is pretty tough to see. I have one screen plus my phone like zoomed in really far.
Okay,
Turns
yeah.
out the zooming isn't great for quality.
Oh, it looks like Blazer got a 1255. It looks like the mod is updating correctly for Pete and Blazer. I have the exact times for both of them. So that's good. Dylan, maybe we are manually putting in Dylan's times, Fine's times. Maybe that's what's going on. So, 2 completions for each runner. Feinberg's session best is now a 9:29. The Blazers session best is still 12:46. Dylan's the same, and Pete has improved to a 13:16. You're updating manually? Yeah, sorry, but do that for day 1 at least. Yeah. I mean, the mod's working honestly better than I expected for day 1. there's so much going on. It's bound to have a couple issues, so it's functioning.
As your event continues.
The tournament is going. We are playing seeds. That is important.
And it's the right seed. Big wins. Big wins. It's the little things, you know, sometimes.
So Blazer is let's see. Dylan is still in second, I believe. I don't think any of the standings changed. No, everyone's scores just went up by 1, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's 5, 4, 3, 2 here. Yeah, I don't know why Dylan's timer isn't showing up. Like it should. It's just a normal mod. Fine has 3. I think everyone has 2 completions. Fine was playing way early and was going to exit the Nether, but a magma cube killed him. So I think Fine still has 2 completions like everyone else. And it looks like everyone can maybe get 2 more completions. So we'll probably finish with everyone having 4 completions, and it's really just going to be the fastest time is the big difference here. Fastest time would be, you can see the session best of all the runners in the 4 corners. I believe Fine's 9:29 is the fastest. No, last place doesn't get eliminated. What'll happen is they're ranked 1st through 4th, and then on the next match in week 2, runners will get paired up, or they'll get placed in a group with runners who have also placed the same, and then that also happens for week 3. In weeks 2 and 3, the bottom 8 runners will be eliminated. So no one's getting eliminated this week, but next week, yeah, some elimination groups, the 3rd and 4th place runner will both be eliminated. So they have at least 2 matches. Pete's portal looking much better.
Sky bombed by a wither skeleton.
Yeah.
Tulsa Valley Fortresses always stress me out so bad because you just like things are shooting at you from all directions and dropping from the sky. And
yeah.
Absolutely not. Like no.
It's so. I mean, he's got so many blazes. It looks so fast here. I mean, dealing with Withers, sure, but I mean, he's got like 8 blazes right there. That's just enough for the whole seed.
Blind, but it's so hard to see them. I just feel like they appear out of nowhere.
Shouts out to the small town Texas bar. Playing esports matches. Minecraft is an esport. I remember seeing ESPN2 or ESPN4 or something playing like esports matches. There's a big thing about that. Everyone hated it.
Well, hello to the small town Texas bar.
All right, Feinberg again.
Another 7-ish minute.
Yeah, I feel like Fine is just gonna bang out this one and maybe one more. Is he gonna have time for another one? I mean, this is just the most linear, straightforward seed. I feel like Fine might even be bored completing the same sub 10 5 times in a row. Like he's just
He's like yawning. He's like, "Can't you guys give me a challenge? Is there no one that can face me?"
I feel, when I was running, I got better and better each seed. I felt really good and I made a lot of progress by the end, but maybe Fine is just on a different level and he's just from seed 1, the first playthrough, he's already just done with the route. He's just doing the same thing over and not improving. I mean, we could see big improvements from these other runners in their routes. Like there's clearly more to do, I think, that Fine is doing correctly, especially the SSV fort.
The spawner. I think we've seen how effective that the 5RD is in the Silsea Valley Fortress. It almost feels like a waste of resources to do this blaze bed on the spawner when you could 5RD.
Honestly, yeah, a little bit. I wonder, I mean, there are 2 fortresses. I wonder if they're all going to the same one. Or not.
Yeah.
Vines just looks like it's in more SSV, and I just see a lot of Crimson in the other forts. I wonder if they're the same, though.
It's a valid point. I mean, they could be going to different forts. But it also, it could be something that they might want to consider for their second seed.
Fine, purling in. Is that the perch? It is. His session best is 929. Is he just going to get the exact same completion? I think it might be slower this time around. Yeah, a tiny bit slower, but still another sub 10 in the bag. If he keeps up this rate, he might just be able to finish 2 more. It might just be 1, though.
Two more 9-minute runs. I mean,
maybe. The dragon cannot perch before the force perch now.
I think he'll definitely get 1. And if he doesn't get a second one, he'll be really, really close.
Yeah, very true.
Like, maybe just got in the end pace.
Okay, so Fine, moving up to 6 points, breaking away from the pack, even though taking that first death. The 3 bonus points for fastest time is just, it's pretty huge. It's pretty massive. All right, let's take a look real quick at the seed again. I want to see the number of eyes. Let's see if we can go into this. Well, let's see. As Dylan is exiting the nether, how many eyes does his portal have?
I know Feinberg's one is 0 eyes.
Okay, Feinberg is at the 0 eye.
And I think they're all...
no, Dylan's at the 3 eye. I'm going to cut away here as Dylan enters, though. We still have a minute before it purges, but... Okay, so here's the seed info again. The strongholds, the red portal room is the 0 eye. So Feinberg is actually traveling to the east. And that's why I think his SSV fort is just a little more SSV. And he's getting a faster fort, but he needs 1 extra blaze rod. And everyone else is going to the north.
I mean, here's my thing, though, is that I know that Pete is definitely also going to the 0 eye because I remember him building his exit portal in the same... So
yeah,
it's kind of curious to me that if he's doing blaze spawner, then like in this fortress, like you see right now, he's at that soul sand area.
Mm-hmm.
It's really interesting to me that like maybe he's making that active choice to use the spawner when he knows that the fortress is in the Soul Sand Valley, right next to the spot where he wants to blind or scout and travel out.
Yeah, it looks like the Blazer's also going there. I think Dylan is the only one going to that 3-eye. Oh, the Blazer under attack in lava. Oh no. Oh, Blazer in an awkward situation. I think he knows he's not going to get his session best here, but it is going to be a completion. I think he just has time for one more.
I mean, I think it's based on pace. The only person that stands to complete 2 more runs would be Feinberg because he's already got his another enter on this run. He keeps making up time on his opponents, which is really interesting to see. I mean, it almost feels like he's in his own world, just like going off. Well, I mean, you know, obviously he's in his own world, Minecraft, but it doesn't. It like feels like he's not.
An 11:33, I think. That's an 11:19, I believe, for Dylan. That is going to be a slight increase in his session best for Dylan there, and he's going to gain
13.
more points.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've said this before, but there's a big difference in the way that people run, you know, for the leaderboards versus how they should run in a tournament. And if anybody has really mastered the difference, I think it would be Feinberg. He's very skilled for tournament style running.
Yep, very hard to beat. Heat going in here, looking like a solid 5 beds. Very good. I can kind of see his timer. Not really though. I saw RTA was 12:06, 12:02 IGT. Okay, thank you, chat. Coming to clutch chat, and that is going to be a pretty big improvement in the session best.
Well done for Pete.
12:02. So he will actually overtake the Blazer with that one. So not only does Pete get 3 points per completion, but 1 point for the third fastest time. And that will actually knock Blazer down to 2 points for now. But if Blazer completes this one, he'll be back at 3. So Pete making a comeback here. Okay, Blazer doing 1 cycle. Oh no, 4 bed 1 anchor doesn't get it. It's gonna have to
This
axe.
is what, the second time that Blazer has been in this particular situation.
Oh
no.
No, dude, that's not even gonna be a point for completion. I mean, it wasn't a great, it was gonna be a 13-minute time or something, but really wanted that point for completion. He's got, oh, he only has 11 minutes left. Oh no. Wait, he could still get a point for completion if he just stays. Can he do this in 11 minutes?
He didn't reset, so there. I can only imagine that there is only one right play, which is to hard commit to this, this end, because based on, you know, his current session best is 12:46. There's 10 minutes left. Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah.
I was gonna say,
with
like,
his route, I don't think he can do a whole new seed, but with what he has, I don't think he can kill the dragon.
You can get 1 more point.
He didn't have water bucket or any beds, so I think you just...
I mean, it's horrible, but 10 minutes is plenty of time to like dig out the floor and tower up the towers. Like,
maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. It would have been interesting to see. I don't know.
It would have.
a
It
lot
would
of
have been a
blocks for all
last
the
ditch.
crystals.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's pretty clear on all sides that that they're not going to get another run. I
Mhm.
think even if it would have been extremely difficult to get the point off of that, I, I don't know. I just can't imagine like not putting in that final like last ditch effort, especially because that they're not going to get another point if they reset. So now we're going to see Blazer sit on the menu screen for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the play that I could get behind, but I mean, I can respect, being like it's over, what, you know, and not wanting to go through the harrowing struggle of coping your way through the end.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. We were looking a lot from Blazer as well.
Yeah.
Unfortunate with the timing because pretty close, but if he continues doing sub 13s, yeah, it's really not close to finishing. Could have maybe died and ran back, but again, I don't know if 10 minutes is enough. You could collect beds, run back, maybe. Spine comes in here looking like a sub 9. It's 3, 4 plus 1. Yep. Wow.
And if he does it again, he's gonna have, another additional point. I think that it's completely feasible. His past few runs have been 8-9 minutes resets right now.
842. I mean, it's very, very tight. If he wants that one extra point, he surely doesn't need it. But you never know. Maybe the second seed is disastrous or his internet cuts out or something. So,
Oh, Lord.
For this last one, pay attention to the top right RTA of Feinberg's timer counting down. If that hits 0, even if he finishes the seed 1 second after that hits 0, it does not count. It is a very strict timing window, so he's gonna need to get. I think he has to get a sub 8. I don't think it's possible because it's 7:30. Yeah, I don't think he can do it. He could try though, but
Try. I mean,
yeah.
look at the like.
Regardless, no one's gonna beat that top time, I'm pretty sure, and so he's gonna finish with 7 points, which is pretty good. He had a 620 end enter. Yeah. I mean, like if you do 5RD Fortress and you just get like 8 blazes, 8 strays,
It's not outlandish. I mean, he's had really high spawn rates in his Fortress so far. Almost like overwhelmingly high.
Dylan and Pete are still playing for solid points per second and third here as well. Pete has a 12:02 fastest completion. Dylan's with an 11:19. So if Pete does get something like a sub 11:19, actually get 2 points from that. Could put him in second.
So Dylan's got his first place right here in this Fortress. I mean, we'll see. He should be able to comfortably close out this run. I'm thinking about Pete's pace, about whether or not I think that he'll finish this run. I believe, but
yeah, I mean 5.5 minutes left. I think so. I mean,
low health, low health.
Oh no!
That could have been like the pickle that he aggroed.
Why
didn't want to go into the hole.
Why didn't it get distracted? That was tragic.
I think he punches one on the way down, and that might have been the one he hit. I'm not completely sure, but if he wasn't pressed for time before, he definitely is now. I don't know if he's going to continue because he's just going to stand there.
Yeah, I mean 5 minutes. He could maybe. You definitely can't start a new one, but going back to that seed in the Bastion without blocks, the terrain was really bad. So
feels like you'd definitely be pushing it.
Dylan is on Dylan No Mic, I think. It's which one is it? Yeah, Dylan No Mic with a Q, no spaces. Oh, well, there you go. RSG for a girlfriend. Wow, that's an interesting title. I feel like he didn't update that title for today.
Any people in the chat want to volunteer?
What, to be Dylan's girlfriend?
Yeah, of course.
I mean,
How about
what's
you?
his PB? I'm not gonna be just anyone's girlfriend. You gotta have a good PB.
Best is 11:19. That's pretty good.
11:19. I mean, Feinberg has an 8:42.
Oh, okay. Well, Feinberg isn't doing RSG for a girlfriend.
Big true. Big true. A lot of people in chat down though.
Yeah. He has hyper vanilla world record. I date him. People cute. That's a good take.
Oh man, I don't know why. Yeah, Blazers mod is acting up too. So the next seed, this will be over in about 4 minutes here, and then we'll have a quick 5-minute break, and they'll get right into the second seed. So Blazers PC time is, I think, conflicting with the mod, so he doesn't actually know. But all right, so Dylan is looking for a completion here. I think he's gonna get one, and that's gonna give him 6 points. A lot of points going into seed 2, and the point totals are cumulative for both seeds, so it's not just like this seed determines the ranking, it's this one plus the next one.
Always the opportunity for anything to happen. It's not over till it's over. I think that's the only thing that we can say when it comes to tournaments.
Oh,
there have been so many close calls with health in this one seed alone. I feel like my heart rate is like stuck at high.
Fine has 2 minutes and 35 seconds. I don't think it's possible. He's really rushing through this one, but
believe. I mean, look, he's got what 50 seconds to finish all his blazes and get into the end, and then the fourth no, less than that. 30 seconds because you need to one cycle.
Yeah, Dylan patiently waiting. That looks like it's going to be it. So it looks like as long as Dylan hits this one cycle, the point system will be 7, 2, 6, and 4. Going into the wild card seed next. There's Dylan going with the one cycle, 3 beds, 4 plus 1. All right. Very nice of us. Nice of Dylan to show us the time at the end of his run. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Dylan.
Thank you.
Because he knows this thing is broken.
62.
Hopefully we can get that fixed.
It's an 11:37, I believe. Regardless, that's not going to be a session best, but that is going to bring his point total to 6 total points. Fine has 115 to finish the seed. However, the Dragon Perch is set at a 130. Could do it with the 0 cycle, but I don't think the seed is 0 cyclable. So he's rushing through, but wait. Is it? This isn't 0 cyclable, is it? Wait. Surely not. Surely it's not 0 cyclable. He places an anchor, okay. I don't think he meant
All
to
part
place
of the
an
plan.
anchor.
All part of the plan.
Underneath back dragon buried cage. He's actually going for it for the completion point. No way.
No
This 0
way.
cycle is rough, and he lost an anchor already.
No, he's got it. He's got it.
No
You have
way.
to believe.
Oh, just missed it. It's too low now. Yeah, a valiant effort.
That was
honestly,
really like solid
he
try.
needed it for the completion, and yeah, valiant effort. Very tough to 0 cycle that one. So I respect the grind. I respect the effort. Yeah, he needed it. So that is going to be it for seed number 1. That's where the point totals will stand. We'll double check all these timings and everything later, but I believe this is all correct. We are going to take a quick 1 to 2 minute break here. The runners will have 5 minutes of break to get water or anything before the next seed starts. And we'll be back a couple minutes before seed number 2, which will be a fun wildcard seed. So we'll see what's coming with that. So I'll see you guys in a bit. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to seed number 2 of this match, Group B. Let me just erase everyone's session best here. Start from scratch. We are trying to work out Dylan's timer issue, but I don't know if it's going to be resolved in time. We have about 1:30, and I'm going to have to count Blazer down because he doesn't know what the timer is, so we'll do that. But yeah, Feinberg and Dylan with the pretty nice point lead. Wait, why'd you delete that, Murph? Someone just said poop. That's the best emote. Poopy, that's the best emote on Twitch. How dare you delete that, Murph? I can't actually see emotes on my chat thing here, but that's the best emote there is. Poopy, thank you. Wait, it's an emote? Yes, it's a 7TV emote. Is it showing up? I've added it, right?
I don't see it.
Maybe I need to add it. Okay. I tried to time Blazer at the same time. Hopefully he gets in the seed at about the same time. It's not showing. I didn't add it. Dang it. I have to add it. Add. Here, I'm to my to-do list. Add Poopy. There you go. Start the time. Okay. We are in seed number 2. This is the wild card seed, and let's see what we have to look at. Let's transition here. Bang! Seed info. It is a jungle temple seed. That jungle temple, I believe, has 8 iron. And 8 gold as well. I think it's a pretty cracked out jungle temple. There's a ruined portal, but it may just be a dig down for lava type seed. Bastion looks pretty close to spawn. You've got a further bastion as an option and a fortress playable as well. Let me actually look up the exact bastions because I have those. Dang, okay. This is yeah, the nether spawn is actually very buried. It looks pretty annoying at first. If you dig 10 blocks, you will find the chalice to a bridge bastion. And 10 blocks, you'll find the fortress on the other side. There's no obsidian on this bridge. So I think it's just that bridge that's going to be playable. A couple different stronghold options. None of them like totally stand out. Looks like to get a lot of string, you're going to want to do about 10 gold blocks. So there you go.
No obsidian in this?
Yeah, no obsidian in this bastion. So I see 9 only with 10 gold blocks. So you probably need like 11 or 12 from that chalice. Yeah. So yeah, here we go. Runners checking out the jungle temple. Definitely have to play that. Fine, actually, yeah, getting another portal that's above this, and you spawn right next to this chalice. But if you pick like any lava pool close to that temple, it's gonna put you in kind of a weird ravine spot. Yeah, as we see Pete actually checking it out. If you dig right through this wall, it's right into this chalice, so it's a little awkward. But you know, scouted seed, you know where you're going. Shouldn't take very long at all. Yeah, Dylan checking out this ruined portal. Not too much. Flint steals some obsidian. But I noticed there's one thing missing here, Rila.
Enlighten us.
Food. It's like
Yeah.
kind of a hungry sea. Jungle Temple's not well known for having food. What's your favorite source of food in Minecraft when you don't have like a village?
When there's no village, well, it depends. I mean, on on what's available. Definitely a melon hater. I will take carrots, like,
Okay.
but I guess that's a village food. But you could get them from like shipwreck chests as well. I usually would say stew, but this nether is super closed off that I don't really think that that's going to be a super viable option.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing Pete like fly around at this fortress. There's half of it that's open. It looks like the bastion and the spawners are both buried, but as soon as you get out of those spawners, there's a lot of mushrooms. It's pretty open, so that's just kind of awkward.
Just have to be kind of careful until that point.
Just don't take any damage at the bastion and the fortress. It's so simple. Hoglin food, that's true. You could go on the main bridge. Might have. Are Hoglin spawns standardized? I actually don't know the exact answer.
I think they are. I think that they're like standard, like the piglin spots, maybe?
Like on the bridge? I think they kind of are. Like,
I don't know. They move.
I see the same hoglins on the seed. Like, I think they're kind of seed based on that bastion, but I don't know for sure.
I always found it super annoying to kill hoglins on the main bridge anyway, though, because there's so many holes in the bridge that, like, I'm sure that they will get creative. We will probably see hoglin kills on the bridge, and we know that Pete just saw the mushrooms, so I'll expect that. But besides that, they're definitely going to have to get creative and or be extremely careful.
Yeah, I like the hoglin on the bridge idea. Looks like there's a couple nether portals that are off here. I hope so I actually did the seed infographics for like all of these. I hope my my coordinates of all the portal rooms were done manually, so there could always be a mistake. I mean, Blazer does hit the portal room here, so I mean, you know, I'm not perfect, but I try to I try to make sure to get the exact center block coords to every portal room.
P-Wax, how dare you not be perfect?
There's like 10,000 numbers of like several hundred seeds. Each one of them
And
have
you are
different stronghold
responsible
chords
for all of them.
in the overworld and the nether. There's like thousands of numbers. Definitely got at least one wrong. I mean, there's no way I got like 3,000 numbers correct. There's so much.
I thought that you were like the main holder of the collective 11 brain cells that we have in this community.
The 11 brain cells the MCSR has.
Yeah. And I thought that you had like 80% of them.
No, Ninja Brain has more than me, so that's for sure.
So what you're trying to tell me is that like you can't even count?
Yeah.
Okay.
See
I
Blazer.
expect you to like wholeheartedly agree with that.
I see Blazer and Pete starting off. They've gone with the 5-minute scouting this time, while Feinberg has not. Feinberg checking out his routing in the jungle temple, making sure he's got that down. Yeah, I mean this seed does seem pretty straightforward. I feel like both seeds have been fairly obvious. As ESI2 continues, we'll see more and more different routing options. You know, we kind of want to give the simpler, more linear seeds at the start, and then the more complicated seeds towards the end. There will definitely be seeds with different bastion choices. We already saw one actually earlier. There's a bridge treasure option, and 3 people took bridge, 1 took treasure, but it was pretty similar timing, so we'll see more and more of that.
So that leaves the only one still scouting is Dylan, same as last round. Spending the longest time in the scouting.
Yeah, Dylan has taken the camo approach. We've seen the camo do. Take the longest time scouting, make sure you know your route. Try to go for that top time.
Yeah. And he did very well for himself with that first seed.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting at 6 points, 1 behind Fine. So
yeah, I mean, Dylan, if we look at all the times Fine got, Fine started with a 10:30, sub 10, sub 10, sub 9. Dylan got a sub 12, sub 13, sub 12, sub 12. So like multiple minutes off each time. But, you know, for completions, consistency matters in this group stage. Like you want to get that top time, but only 1 point off. Consistency important.
Blazers messed up the portal here, so improvising.
Okay. Oh, Pete actually entering first. All right. See Pete's route. Is he going to go straight for this chalice?
Looks like it. I believe that that's the direction. Oh. Yep. Straight into the gold.
That's beautiful.
You ever feel like a pirate and you're like digging for treasure?
In the nether?
Yeah.
Like a nether pirate?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't say I have.
No?
No, when I'm boating in the ocean and looting shipwrecks, I feel like a pirate.
Well, that just makes me feel like a scoundrel. A little bit of an ocean rat.
Ocean rat. Oh, there's a hoglin on the bridge there. It just runs through that lava. This is very important to get this kill. I feel like this is actually critical. You need this food. Yeah.
Took some parts of damage in the process, but...
That's beautiful.
Aren't mob like drops in terms of pork chops, like for hoglins and pigs, a bit variable?
Yeah, it's 2 to 4 for hoglins, and that's not controlled by the mod. A lot of things we can control, like we have prevented mob spawning in desert temples, jungle temples, and outposts. I mean, I should say Log made the mod do that, so that's helpful for this jungle temple for sure. Blaze spawn positions are standardized. every cycle, so that's kind of nice too. And the dragon choice of 1/8, 7/8 is also standardized. So there's a lot of things that we control for, but unfortunately, like every mob drop, we didn't.
Yeah.
Ender pearls, Enderman drops are controlled as well. Those are seed based.
We just the 10-minute mark, and Dylan is still doing scouting.
Yeah.
I think on the last sea he went until around 10:30. So give him a bit of extra time to see when he starts. But hopefully he comes out with a really interesting route, having spent so long on this seed. Especially all the other runners are in the Bastion right now. He's got some ground to make up.
Yeah, I see a problem that I thought might be an issue with this seed. Fine is doing the Rainix style opposite side route. It is a double single chest though, and Fine only gets 4 piglins. I'm seeing a dip route also. Like, you need to trade like 11 gold blocks, I think, so you actually kind of really need piglin numbers in this one. And 4 is not a lot.
What would you do?
Not sure. Maybe just task overlap as much as I can. Maybe just do a basic dip, get 4 to 5 pigs from there, because it looks like there's enough there. And then just loot the chest, kill the hoglin, maybe dig towards the fortress that I know I need to dig to. Do as much as I can while the 4 pigs are trading. Speed record route? Camo, what are these routes you're talking about?
When it comes to Bastion routes, especially, my knowledge is a bit outdated. So, not really sure on what is the best.
Oh, all the top piglins to middle bridge. Actually, that's not a bad shout. I kind of hate those middle bridge or the lower bridge routes where you have your trading hole lower. Because in general, an RSG like should be good enough. Oh, Fine actually cutting through the lodestone chest lava and actually just passing through to the fortress. That's actually sick. A little wall of lava right there. Dylan finally starting 12 minutes of scouting. Dylan begins.
All right, Dylan, give us a sick run. Oh, okay.
Doing the fast jump to temple here.
The first time I saw this, I thought it was the sickest thing ever.
Yeah.
It like blew my mind. I was not ready for it.
Yeah, Pete munching on that pork. He's got one more. Should actually be enough to finish the rest of the seed. I don't know how far they have to pearl, though. Yeah, he's going to do a pearl hang
here. Yeah, Pod. That's what I'm saying, though, is that there's a bunch of names for routes. Like, you guys could, like, come up to me and be like, oh, he's doing that, like, the left armpit route, and I'd be like, oh, okay. Like, I would just believe you, because you guys make up so many new routes all the time.
Route, actually.
Please don't do this to me, because now
left
I don't.
Armpit?
What does that? What does that mean?
I'm pretty sure that's a real thing.
Oh God.
Left armpit is my favorite route. It's underrated. It's underrated.
I don't know if I should believe you or not.
Less pigs, but you start trading early. That's the benefit of armpit route. Oh, Hamma. Oh, no. We don't need to go there.
Oh, God. Hamma, no, please.
This is an all ages stream, Hamma. Please keep it PG.
Spare us.
Fine, no food. Yeah, Fine. I don't think got the hoglin on the bridge. So just probably going to do a hunger reset. Almost done, though, with the blazes. Might actually just be done if it's a 2i. Yeah.
Yeah, it depends if he's going to the 3i or not.
Wait, this is his bridge. Oh, he's going back the other way. Towards the bridge. Through this wall of lava again. The lava wall route. Oh, he was trading the whole time.
There's your
Okay.
overlap that you were asking for.
I see. But his pearl was hung. Is that a miracle route? No, he surely didn't have the piglins loaded and trading while his pearl was hung, right? Is Feinberg gonna like optimize this to do a miracle route? Yeah, pearls were unlocked. Yeah, he could do chunk borders and do the thing where you have the piglins loaded and trading, but your pearl is just outside and hanging. That would be kind of nuts. Oh, Dylan. Oh.
Please.
Oh.
Oh my god. It's okay. Now he's got food.
Surely the piglins don't steal his pork.
No, never.
He's got it. Oh yeah, Dylan is doing a lower bridge trading route there. I could see all the pigs in that hole. Okay, fine. First one to exit here. Pete, I think, is pretty close as well. Got all of his rods. He's unhung that pearl. Fine, not hitting the nether exit though.
Little lost. Surely he knows where he's going.
Yeah, Miracle Seed in ESI. I mean, it wasn't intended, but that would be sick, dude. Miracle Seed on day 1 of ESI. I mean, it looks almost viable here. This is the perfect opportunity. A bridge with low piglins. You know where the fort is. So Fine and Pete both not hitting the nether exit. I wonder if there's just difficulty in terrain or what's going on. They're far away though.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like this is a super scuffed stronghold with all of these ravines and caves cutting through it. I wonder if that has like an impact on it, making it harder to hit it properly.
Yeah, and Fine enters end at around 10 minutes. Definitely a couple issues to shave off here. Definitely, I think we'll see a sub 10 enter. It's probably a minute of time save. And yeah, Camel, we're thinking about, I mean, when we're done with the seeds, we're just done with them. And you guys have the mod, so I think it's fine. Yeah, the seeds are on the website, but so there's a seed that controls like the world seed, but then there's a drop seed that controls the RNG, so they won't have those unless we share them. Oh, do you mean play at the same time, Camo? I don't know. I don't know how the mod works. That might cause a confusion with the mod. But you could definitely play after. We could figure out a way to do that. Okay, Pete here entering also. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know now you are if that won't cause any issues at all. Probably. But you would have to know the drop seed, so. Okay. Here goes Feinberg. This looks like a little bit faster perch than last time. Almost 3. No, that had to be a 4+1. That was 4+1. All right. Feinberg with a 12-ish minute completion on the first run through. 12-12 will be the first time in the completions. Pretty solid, but I think definitely some things, maybe some routing to change, and maybe just a couple things to iron out. But I feel like there was at least a minute of time save in that.
I'm hopeful for his sub 10 on this seed. It's definitely not as much of a cakewalk as the last one was for him.
He'd missing the one cycle.
Still got plenty of explosions, but he's gonna have to wait for a whole other perch.
Blazer also getting Birch.
Blazer has a lot of ground to make up in this seed. Considering his point values, he'll now be sitting at 3, Feinberg at 8.
Okay, that was a 1424 from the Blazer. 7. So Feinberg is going to be leading with 11 points, I believe. The Blazer has second place right now. So that's going to be 5 points for Blazer if we're adding all the totals. Yo, what's up, Toy Pinku? Welcome, Raiders. We are in seed 2 of this ESI match. Some heavy hitters in this day 1 here. This is a Jungle Temple seed. This is the last seed of the day, so a little bit different format than last time, but the runners get 1 hour to both scout and run seed as many times as they can and as fast as they can. So there is no force perch after the first one. After the first one, it is RNG. It is vanilla. So Pete could be waiting here for a while, and it's really unfortunate because he wants the point for completion, but there's just simply no guarantee. So it's a 2-minute average, but yeah, I don't know. We decided to not do just one force perch, so we might have to think about a second one, because this is just an unfortunate situation for Pete, right? Because he's already in the end. He wants that 1 point. So it's optimal to stay here. But what if his dragon takes 5 minutes? Like, it's just... You don't know. I mean, I guess the solution is just never miss a 1 cycle, but...
Simply.
It's gonna happen, right?
I think as long as his dragon doesn't take so long to perch that it could have been a whole other run, he's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's painful for Pete here because this could be a 5-minute dragon, and there's really not much he could do. You don't really want to take arrows from a bastion. Not like this bridge probably had any, but with the force perch, you don't want to take arrows anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, hopefully it perches soon. Dylan's also in the end now. This is his first completion, right? For Dylan?
Yeah.
So for all of the time extra that he spent scouting, he didn't really make up heavily on pace.
Yeah, it might be. I mean, we'll see what his final time is. Maybe if he has a better route, it's still going to be a little bit iffy at the start, but then it'll get better and better as he goes. So maybe we'll see it later.
Yeah. What I'm kind of curious about is, since you said no one is getting eliminated today, I almost wonder, like, if Dylan intends to come back and watch the VOD of this particular match and notice, like, how much additional time he's spending doing scouting compared to his opponents, and maybe in the future dedicating less time. Or maybe not, because that's just the amount of time that he needs.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's playstyle is different.
I mean, I respect it, but
I think they're both pretty good. We'll see what the results say here. I mean, if he has a good time, maybe he needs to scout more. I mean, you want those bonus points, so I don't know. Let's see. They are bad in nice terms. All right. Dylan's time. 11.99. That is an 11.59 then for Dylan. That is pretty solid for a first run. I mean, that is going to put him in first. I feel like Fine has some corrections, and he's going to come back with a faster time right now. That is not bad. So Dylan's going to have an additional... Dylan's going to be up to 10 points. Fine's gonna
then I admit my fault. It must have just been difficult for me to gain perspective, considering the additional time he spent scouting. That, yeah, he is currently going to sit. really high up on the scores, so I respect that. And as for Darpinku, I'm not trying to say that anyone is bad. I'm genuinely just interested in, like, you know, if they come back and watch and maybe decide to adapt the way that they played from round one, like in comparison to opponents.
I actually
Troll
feel awful
face.
for P. I just hate this. I just hate this. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't think like missing a perch and having to deal with second perch was ever going to be an issue, but already day one, I just feel awful. Like, this sucks, dude. Like, this is the optimal play, and it sucks to wait here for 5 minutes. We all knew this was going to happen. As soon as you miss one perch, the dragon trolls you and just takes a lifetime. Dude, this. Oh my god, he's out of hunger and food. He might not even get the point at this point. He might have just wasted 6 minutes. I mean, this is awful. Fine drop to 10 because Dylan has the faster session best as of now. Oh, Fine should still have way more points. Hang on. No, that's all right. Got 7 points from round 1, 2 points for second fastest time, 1 point for completion. So yeah, Fine has 10.
I saw this really nice graph about perch rates to May the other day that I will go ahead and send to you. It is, I think, an art piece statement about how painful the dragon is. I mean, oh wait, he's
Oh my god, he
got his
finally
perch.
gets one, but he has to pearl because he has no sprint. Oh my god, his health. Oh my god,
Please.
please get this. Please.
Okay, surely.
Oh my god, he gets the completion. Jeez, dude.
That must have
Oh
been
my
pretty
god.
terrible for him. But I commend him for sticking through it.
It's
At that
way.
point, it's very like sunk cost. Like you can't really reset, and it was
know.
the right play. But
Well,
it
there's Pete's 2146. I'm sure he's not too happy about that. I feel bad about that. I mean, honestly, we probably need to change that. There's a lot of things the mod controls, but like every time someone does something different, we're like, well, the mod needs to control that too. I don't want that happening again. So I don't know, man. God, that sucks. Man, well, he got the completion. Hopefully he can get a few more points and try to maintain third place here. Because he was leading by 2 points against Blazer. So, wow.
and Dylan again is gonna have issues with that particular hoglin.
Fine, entering end around the 8-minute mark. I was thinking we could see around a 10-minute completion on this one, and yeah, I think Fine's already found the route. He's already comfortable with it. I think we're gonna see the sub 10 right here. Maybe? Maybe not. Be close.
Yeah, I would go back and look at the perch time again. I didn't catch a good look.
Yes, they've all had exactly one completion. 10xx, yeah. The dragon is a little slower on this one. Oh, but the Blazer is entering. What time is the Blazer entering here? Oh, that's an 8:30-ish enter. Okay.
Well, Pete being in third in this group and then having that mishap with the dragon, that's the word I'm looking for, has given Blazer some leeway to make up the points, but he'll have to consistently outplay if he wants to walk out with maybe a third, because it looks like Feinberg and Dylan have really run away with the top 2 spots.
Yeah, so that is now updated. Feinberg does take the session best of the 4 at a 10:07. Maybe 10:08. I got 10:07, but yeah, Doi Pingu. Yeah, I think the format was fun for me to play as a runner. So I hope it's enjoyable for others. I know I put the runners through painful seeds, but that's because if I give Feinberg an FSG seed, he gets a sub 6 and everyone's bored. You know, like who wants to watch another Feinberg sub 6 FSG run? You know. All right, the Blazer.
Feinberg headquarters.
Blazer getting a perch here. Damage looks pretty good. Here we go.
There we go. Finishes. Let's see. Looks like. Oh, I can't read that.
I got 10:33 in that one.
Yeah, so making up serious time. That's a big difference between their session best and that run.
Yeah, that's a big improvement. That's going to overtake Dylan, so that's going to be an additional 2 points, and Dylan goes down again. Dylan had the top time, but was overtaken twice here, so Dylan now still pretty solid up there though at 8 points.
Yeah. Hopefully Blazer maintains that momentum because they were definitely coming into this round as the underdog. I think they began this round with 2 points. This is good to see that they're doing pretty well.
Yeah, I think Pete going for this dip route. But I think I'm seeing the other runners transfer over to like a lower bridge. Oh, and Fine making a nice gold pick improvement here from the Jungle Tempo gold. Just getting to this chalice a bit faster. Yeah, this ends in 28 minutes. They have 1 hour to complete the seed as many times and as fast as possible. So 28 more minutes.
Yep, so Feinberg's also doing that lower bridge like you said.
Yeah, golden apple. I know there's a golden apple in that room portal, but I think Fine is completely skipping. Did he get a baby hoglin instead of an adult one?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's lucky that he got that apple from breaking the leaves.
It's true, yeah. Lucky and unlucky at the same time.
Surely just the luckiest guy.
It looks like, is Dylan exiting? Where's Dylan? What's Dylan's time right now? I thought. Oh, that's right. Dylan is off of everyone else because Dylan scouted so much later. So Dylan is on his second completion. Yeah.
Spent like what, additional 6-7 minutes.
He's pillaring up. I wonder how the porter room it seems so difficult to hit on this seed. Like sometimes you just get seeds where you can't seem to hit the border room. I mean, it looks like he went too low. Yeah, some seeds are just more difficult to hit, so a little bit of time lost there, but Dylan needs to make up a lot of time from his session best of 11:59. He needs to get better than a 10:33 to beat Blazer.
Yeah. And Pete's on his second run as well, yeah.
Oh, I guess this is as good of a time as any to do the plug. But if you guys like the content and you feel like donating and supporting, exclamation point donate. I'm pretty sure it works. I set up that command, surely, right? Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, it did.
yeah.
Madman. Um, this
2 months have come
time,
to the US.
75% of the donations will go to the prize pool. 25% goes to the behind the scenes. I don't know if you guys can tell by looking, but there was a lot of work done to put into this stuff. So we decided to try to give some of the prize pool to, um, everyone. There's so many people involved to make all the artwork and the mod and the website and just everything. So yeah, if you like the stuff, consider donating. That's the only way the prize pool grows. It's fully viewer donos. So we already had some, so thank you guys. If you can donate, I appreciate it. Runs from previous seeds are not there for now. Something's broken. Well, unlucky now you are. Oh, Dylan is getting the perch. Is one cycling. Not great damage, but I think that was like a 7 bed, but we'll get the finish here. 7 bed. All right. Time is 11:49. 0.49.
Yeah.
So that's on 11:29. So yeah, that's gonna be a little improvement, but yeah, Dylan still needs to make up a minute to change his standings.
Yeah, he's still got maybe another 2 runs left to refine it, so.
Fine on pretty good pace here. He does have to hunger reset though. I wonder if he got an adult Hoglin instead of a baby Hoglin, if it would have saved a bit of time instead of hunger resetting. But he does have the blaze rods. Is looking to exit maybe around the 8-minute mark. As Pete is entering. Come on, Pete. Pete needs a good completion here. Pete needs like a solid sub 12. Yeah, I think Pete is setting up around the 10.5-minute mark, so that'll probably be an 11.5. I mean, it's definitely going to be a sub 12, I feel. But Dylan's next with an 11:29, so he really needs to clutch up here on these last few runs.
Dylan's missing an obsidian in that portal.
Oh,
No. Yeah,
right there.
right there. I was hoping he knew.
You know, I wanted sub 10 to be kind of this special barrier, but I think the sub 10 being a special kind of hard, difficult barrier to break in tournament is, I think those days are slowly coming to an end.
That sounds like a relic of the past. If I'm being honest with you, you could say sub 8.
Sub 8. I mean, I tried to make all the seeds completable around 12-minute mark. You don't want to make it slow for the runners, but there's so much tech out there nowadays that you can't really slow down runners with any challenges. Like you just have to have them travel long distances, which is boring. So I feel like almost every seed, the fastest completion is just going to be around a sub 10 now. So sub 8 is still very, very difficult for sure. You have to have a really good seed for that, but Fine. Fine's gonna be close here. Perch at about 940. Oh, I totally missed Pizza Hut. I totally missed Pete. 1208. Thank you, chat. I totally missed that. seeing if Fines was going to get a sub 10 year.
Barely not.
Ten
And
oh
06.
06. Shaving
New
off
session
1
best.
second. So
Improvement is
consistent.
improvement. No shame.
Okay, and then Pete with a 12:08 session best, almost half of his previous time. Tagman, and that's going to be 1 more point still. 12:08 is the slowest of this session best though. So Pete has, I think, 1 more attempt. Honestly, he can make a mistake and restart the seed, but this is last attempt for Pete. He's gonna need something to happen because Blazer is about to get a completion and have another attempt here, and they're tied. So
Yeah. Done very well for themselves on this seed. Pete had that unfortunate dragon issue on the first attempt.
yeah,
So they've flipped spots in terms of placement.
yeah, missing that 1-1 cycle cost him like 10 minutes, which is absolutely insane to think about. But like, that was definitely 1 point, 1 whole point. Okay, the Blazer entering. Blazer entering in about 10 minutes, so not going to be super fast. Yeah, he would need to beat his current seed best of 10:33, so it's not going to happen, but this will count as a completion, so we'll give him 1 point. Oh, I didn't even see it was a double spawner. I forgot about that. Yeah, so Dylan is playing a double spawner here with a gold axe, and I think no fire res. Pretty aggressive play, but I think Dylan is actually going to double back to the Bastion to collect trades, is what I'm guessing.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, there's 5 rods. Okay, Blazers, Dragon should be just about to perch here.
Is the stone axe really not worth it? I mean, surely there are 3 pieces of normal blackstone somewhere in this bastion.
There's probably iron trades too. Well, they gotta wait for the trades to get iron, then I don't know. I don't know, they got a lot of gold. Okay. Blazer, a little low on damage, but gets that. I think that might have been a 5+1. Okay, I have a 12:20 completion for that, so that is not going to change anything except that'll give Blazer 1 more point. So, yeah, Blazer. The Blazer versus Pete battle is pretty much the only thing that's happening right now. I think Fine and Dylan are secured in first place. We do have on the ESI2 website, if you guys go to esi2.fun, there is a standings page, so you can see all of the players and their total cumulative points. So it won't necessarily matter after this match, but you know, you get bragging rights if you get more points. So we'll see. Fine score up there will probably be 14, maybe more, maybe 15. We'll see.
That would be impressive.
Yeah, at day 1, the mod communication is a little scuffed. We don't have Dylan's timer and stuff, so we still have to work out some issues, but it's I don't know, it's kind of expected.
The event progresses.
Yeah, it's hard to find issues when you don't have players to just run the example seeds. Rod rates are standardized. There's a lot of things standardized. Yeah, almost all of the RNG. Barters, rods, flint drops, dragon perch, even blaze spawn positions around the spawner. Those are actually standardized.
Yeah, big props to the people that made that happen.
Yeah, those Logwet did most of the mod work for this one. Nayuar's doing a lot of the website backend. Mel's helping out the website and backend. I don't understand any of it. They're all talking about problems and coding and things, and I'm looking at the messages and I'm like, I don't understand a single thing you're talking about.
It seems complicated, but despite the stuff, everything seems like it's working well.
Yeah, we're slowly getting there.
Yeah. And as ESI2 goes on, the little issues and the bigger issues will get ironed out, and it'll be good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Also, I did tell the players, I messaged them, 24 hours in advance, and I was like, here's the mod, give it some time, make sure it works. I've tested a bunch of times. It should just be drag and drop, but you never know. And so, of course, Dylan and Feinberg both download the mod 15 minutes before starting. And it doesn't fully work. So there's only so much I can request.
That is so on brand for top runners in an event that I really shouldn't speak lest I'd be in trouble, but
Okay, Dylan is looking at a completion. Let's see. Dylan is looking at a 1 cycle right now, and there's about 13 minutes left, so I think he's gonna get this one and maybe just have a chance to get another completion. $11.09, I think it was. I think that's at 11.05. He's already in second, so that's not going to change anything, but that is going to make it harder for Pete to get more points. 11.05. Okay, Fine exiting. I think Fine and Dylan both might have one more chance to complete the seed one more time. Fine, I don't know, it's gonna be close again for Feinberg. Do I have these scores right? Okay. Pete. He got a 1208. He started with 4. 2 completions. I do not have these scores right. Pete started with 4 points. He has 2 completions, that's 6, and he actually beat Blazer. So he's got 7 points. And Blazer started with 6 and has 3 completions and has 9 points. Right? The mod is also, when it gets the times correctly, it'll be able to update these numbers automatically, but because we're not getting their times, I have to do this math in my head. Is that right?
What do you mean that Pete beat Blazer?
Pete has a 1208 in this. Oh, Blazer has a 1033. I'm dumb. Never mind. I'm wrong.
Thought that I forgot how to read numbers.
I saw Blazer's last completion at 1220, and I was like, oh, well, that's not faster, but Blazer did have a 1033. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So
I mean, your word is law. If you tell me 1208 is faster than 1033, I think I eventually hit a point where I'm like, okay, it is.
13, yeah. Dillon, 6, 79. 11? 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Yeah. Okay. I think those point totals are correct. Gonna have to go back and absolutely triple check, but I'm pretty sure those are the correct point totals because Dylan started with 6, has 3 completions, so that's 9, and then is no, it's 10. God, just
Everything already.
Feinberg with another completion here. Slower than previous though. It is a 10:41. Yeah, it's gonna need a miracle to finish another one here. Feinberg just kind of missing the timing windows, but Pete here needs a really solid completion. Pete doing a 1 cycle. Does get the 4+1. It's an 11:33. That is an improvement. 11:33 from Pete. Does not overtake anyone though. So it's going to be 7 points, and then Blazer. Those are all updated. Now you are. What do you mean if anyone gets 5 completions on a seed, the website will break?
Oh boy. Feinberg. Oh, hi, Feinberg.
Hi, hello, Feinberg and Feinberg chat.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah, I don't think Fine has enough time unless there's a sub 9 or sub 8, so it's fair. I'm going through the points now because we have to do this manually because we're not receiving the info. So Fine started with 7, has 4 completions. That's 11, 3 points. So Fine should have 14. Blazer is entering.
Like a big high.
Blazer started with 2, has 3 completions, 5, and is second fastest. So Blazer should have 7. Dylan started with 6. And Pete should have 7. Okay, I believe all the scores are correct. I believe it's 14, 7, 10, 7. But Blazer is probably going to get a completion now and get 8 points. And Pete, I think Pete started this with roughly 10 minutes left, so I just don't know if there's enough time.
Like the attempt.
Is Pete on a different seed? Is Pete just speedrunning?
Pete?
No, he's in the jungle.
No, this is jungle. Okay.
He makes a boat first? Huh. Pete is on a mission? Okay, good. Pete is on a mission. Get some melons for the journey. Okay, that's good.
I'm anti-melon. In game.
In game, but not IRL.
I like melons in real life.
Yeah.
A lot. But in game melons, that's insulting. What a fantastic fruit to give such horrible stats to. Take it personally.
Yeah, I should probably give at least 1 full hunger thing, right? All right. Blazer here needs this completion. And gets it. Okay, let's see what time this is. 10:46 for the Blazer. Not going to be a PB, but is going to make a big difference. Blazer didn't know that, but that is going to separate 3rd and 4th place. So I think we have our scorings. I think regardless if Dylan completes the seed or not, that is going to be Feinberg finishing in 1st, Dylan in 2nd, Blazer in 3rd, and Pete in 4th. This is not an elimination round, though. Weeks 2 and 3 will be eliminations. So I believe the Blazer and Pete will be in an elimination group. So if they finish third or fourth next week, they will just be out of the tournament. Weinberg and Dylan, though, will be safe, at least for week 2. They won't be in an elimination group. If they continue to do well, then they will not be in elimination groups. But each week you're placed against runners that did similarly to you. So Feinberg is going to be only playing against runners who also got first place in week 2. Peaches?
Yeah,
Is this like a different desert temple? Yeah, Pete's in a different desert temple. Pete is starting a let's play. Oh, is he trying to breed pandas? That'd be kind of sick. I mean, how many bonus points should we give for breeding pandas, realistically?
I think he should win.
just 8 points. It's just so he exactly overtakes.
I think if he. Sorry, I can't even get through that straight.
He's leaving. He's running for the portal room. Can he make it? Yeah, so we're just waiting for Dylan here. The points will be updated on the website. We'll have to manually update Fine and Dylan's point totals. But each week you'll be able to see roughly how well everyone does. So this won't matter for this match, but you know, he'll get an extra point on the website. It's pretty good.
Actually, it does look like he's going to be able to get in this one last completion. Like you said earlier, it's not going to change the placements, but, you know, get a couple extra bragging points. Comfortably secure second place, since Pete is obviously on the mission of his life to steal second place right out from under him. Where do you think he's going? Oh?
Is that, how far is Pete out? 1620, 252? I mean, that sounds like, actually we can see where he's going. 1620, 252? Yeah, he made it! Let's go! Yay! Woo!
Let's go.
Let's go, Pete.
Good job, Pete.
He's only done it.
He's done it.
Okay, Dylan for pride points here. It's the 4+1. Very good. Very good, Dylan.
Well done. So there would be our final points, right? Dylan now at 11, but everyone else standing as they are on screen.
What do you get? 10.99?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's was that 10:59, I guess?
Yeah. So no change in time placement either.
Yeah, okay, so let's just update that for funsies. 10:59. Good job, Dylan. You did very well. These will be the final times and scores as they update. So 14, 11, 8, and 7. Yeah, that was really unfortunate with Pete's 10-minute dragon. That was kind of awful. Having to go for the second perch and just having it be vanilla RNG. So we'll think about that. We'll work on mod issues and stuff. But yeah, how'd you feel about it, Rila? Did you have a good time?
It was a really interesting format, especially kind of seeing how like I don't know, skill balances out because they have to complete, all of these runs within an hour on the same seed, as opposed to doing maybe like a best of 3 on different seeds.
Mhm.
I thought that was an interesting choice. I enjoyed watching that. And honestly, this was a really respectable round. All of the players performed well despite unfortunate tragedies that may or may not have happened to them.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, everyone did pretty well.
well
Go
done
ahead.
to all of them, honestly. It was really respectable and they all performed really well.
Yeah, hope the runners have had fun with this one. Hope the viewers enjoyed it. I will ask the runners about their feedback and stuff. It is day one, and this is for the runners' enjoyment and the viewers' enjoyment at the end of the day. So we'll try to make things better and make it more fun. But I think I'll just throw Feinberg, the winner of this match, the raid, and if Fine wants to raid someone else, that's fine. But that will do it for day one of I Spy Invitational 2.